guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Sandy. I missed you. Yes, I am back on YouTube and I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions and we're gonna go through them. So it's like as if we never missed a moment with each other. You know? FaceTime call, catch-up time. Let's get into it. Do you consider yourself more introverted or extroverted? I have always been extroverted with like introverted tendency. Like I love being in social groups, social settings, but I also need time to recharge and like be alone and kind of just like rest and reset. I did my like MBTI test thing and I used to be ENFJ, which is a campaigner. I don't know if that's ENFP or ENFJ, but I've always been a campaigner for the longest time. But ever since I started my own business, Pearhaus, I became a ESTJ, which is an executive. So I guess it's what happens when you enter a new kind of era. What are the pros to having a short king boyfriend? This is so funny because I actually saw so many comments regarding to Sheldon, my short king boyfriend. To answer your question, he is just so cute, so cuddly. He makes me smile all the time, and I think that's something I value more than, you know, like manly, hot, like aggressive, and just like mucho. It all comes to preference. Like naturally, I just like someone who's like cute. I'm actually gonna do an entire video about this, what it's like dating a short king. So if you guys have more questions or debatable topics to ask, feel free to comment down below because we will definitely utilize that. Are you in Vancouver or in Toronto? I am currently in Vancouver. I currently work for Lululemon as a product developer. I've been here for now a little over 6 months. I do like it. I don't love it. I just feel like I've been in the same role for so long. Like I've been doing the same kind of job at different companies. I used to be at Aritzia, I used to be at Canada Goose, and now I'm at Lululemon. So I'm kind of just like, I don't know. It's definitely hard balancing everything. Sheldon is still in Toronto. We're doing long distance. It's hard, but I basically see him every month. He really makes the effort to come visit me. It's harder for me to visit him because obviously vacation days. So he makes so much effort to come see me, which really, really helps with the long distance. What content will you be doing on YouTube? Definitely vlogging. I want to be sharing every bits of my life with you guys in a very, you know, with a purpose, and it's fun to watch and it's engaging. I'm excited and I just want to be able to document everything, and then like 20 years from now and look back, it's like, wow, she did that, and that's freaking awesome, and that's so amazing to watch. There's a dust there. But how do you balance your day job with your passion projects and social media? I honestly don't. Like, I just don't. I'm constantly burnt out. Obviously, content kind of goes hand in hand with the business, and it's hard for me to do that when I have corporate. I think corporate takes 70% of my time, whereas Pearhaus and the content creation takes 30% of my time. It's definitely not how I want it to be. I definitely want to put more time into Pearhaus, but it's just so hard when I have commitments to my corporate job. Like, I don't want to get fired, but it is currently in my situation to have a stable income flowing in. Staying organized is really helpful. Right now I have physically 3 like notebooks that I always cross-reference, and although it doesn't sound efficient, it's been helping me a lot. I have months calendars and I have daily calendars. So every day I'll write out my list to-dos, and as long as I'm hitting certain to-do items, I need to be more forgiving on myself and more understanding so I don't freaking burn out. And to add on to being forgiving on myself, which is something I've been learning, is I am human at the end of the day. I am not perfect. I make human errors and I learn from them, and it's just, I can only do so much to keep up with the demands. And to be honest, like sometimes I get like upset emails, which I understand, but it's like, and I try my best to let people know that I'm a small business. I'm a one woman doing 5 departments: marketing, sourcing, product development, customer service. Everything comes from my personal income. I do not have any financial support, and everything is just within my resource that I can find and use. So I have to remind myself every day that I'm doing the best that I can, and I need to be kinder to myself, and I wish people could be kinder to one another, because running a business is not easy, especially when you're just an ordinary person. I'm just a girl who dreams big. So yeah, more businessy questions. Here we go. How were you able to launch your business? Do you, me, have a business degree, and how can people start their own? First of all, I do not have a business degree. In fact, when I was in university for fashion design, I was trying to minor in business, but to be honest, I butchered it and I just couldn't. I almost did, but I guess I wasn't studious enough at that time. I think I'm someone who works hard when I want to work hard. Everything that I learned was self-taught. I self-taught how to build a website. I taught myself how to source properly, product development, how to research, develop things to look for, testing, quality assurance, marketing. I really think, like, honestly, if I could start a business, anyone can, because I don't think I am the brightest person. And in fact, that is something I never believed in. I never believed that there were smart people versus stupid people. I always believed that there are people who works hard, they put in the time to work hard, versus people who are just lazy and they just don't want to learn and they just don't want to do the work. I always felt like I have a very entrepreneurial personality. And if I wanted something, I would get it done, and my way. Whether it's finding courses online, that's what I did for a lot of these things that I learned, specifically in what I needed in that time. Because I feel like in school, they teach you like so much of like a little bit of everything that it's like, it's really hard to absorb. And it's like more principles rather than how to do it. I feel like for me, I just learn better when I can actually apply what I need to what I'm doing. I guess I should talk about a little bit what Pearhaus is. So I have these cluster lashes that goes and sits right underneath your lashes, and you can wear them to up to 7 days, or you can swim aggressively with them. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you will know that I have been aggressively testing these in the water, so you can bet that these will 100% stay on when you're on your beachy vacation getaways, okay? So another tip would be surround yourself with people who are in the same mind space as you, like striving to create their own business, who might have already have their own business, because trust me, it makes the journey so much enjoyable and so much easier when you have like-minded people always uplifting one another, empowering one another, and it's just like so nice. I think ever since I started Pearhaus, my social circle definitely shifted in a good way. It was definitely a little hard at first because I just felt like I couldn't relate to my original friends I had, and it was just a little sad that I didn't want to lose those friendships, but at the same time they were holding me back from my dreams. And it's just sometimes you need to make sacrifices to achieve what you want. Where do I see myself in 10 years? 10 years, so I'm 26, 10 years, I'll be 36, holy shit. Well, 10 years ago, I thought I'd be married and have kids at this age, but clearly not. So I hope in 10 years, I will finally be wanting to settle down and have kids and focus on a family. I just don't feel like I'm ready for that just yet. Do you have advice for dating in your mid and late 20s? Ooh, this is a juicy one. I am such a voucher for living your best life and being a hoe. Like, I truly feel like people should experience men like they would with life. There's so many different personalities, there's so many different types of flags, red flags, learning experience. Like, every time when you get into a relationship, you always learn something very, very valuable, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Ariana Grande song, one taught me love, one taught me patience, blah, 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 blah. Like, That is so important in dating culture. And I hate it when there's girls or men who are like, yeah, I'm not seeing anyone. Like, I feel like if there's a right one, like the right one would just come, you know? Like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like, no. It's like studying for an exam. Like, do you really want an A+ on your exam? Then you better study for it. Just like in a relationship. Like, do you really want a really good boyfriend, a really good husband? Then you really need to do your homework and you need to search for him, and you need to make sure you have like done background checks and, you know, made a grocery list, checklist of all the pros and cons of this person and of like what you want in a man. I just can't relate to people who aren't willing to put in the effort and just kind of like goes with the first man they see or first girl they see and call them like, oh yeah, that's my soulmate. Because trust me, I've been there before, and I'm saying this from experience. The first guy I've ever dated, I thought he was my soulmate. I've been with this person for like 8+ years. He was the most toxic person of my entire life. Verbally abusive, so toxic, terrible match for me. We were so incompatible in so many ways, and I had to learn it the hard way, which is physically being in that relationship. I obviously wish that people can, you know, learn from hearing other people's experience, but sometimes that's just not the case. I physically need to be in multiple relationships to know that my first toxic relationship is not what a relationship can be. After my first relationship, I dated another guy who was so much healthier, but his, you know, future goals and my goals didn't really align. So I learned that there are better men out there, but now I need to find the man who is a good boyfriend, but also shares the same value as I have for my life. If I didn't go through all those relationships, I wouldn't have met my boyfriend today, who is so healthy. He shares so many values with me, and we are so compatible in our lifestyle, the way we think, our interests, and it just works so well. We are just like a great team. And I think that is so important when you start to look for a serious relationship. Like, if you're just dating around for fun, do it. Go live your best life. But when you're actually dating for a husband or a wife, you are looking for a team partner. You are looking for a partner to raise a kid with, a partner to deal with really hard situations of being adult. And it's just like, that relationship needs to be a mature relationship. So I think my dating advice is put yourself out there, go be however you need to. But just putting yourself out there and seeing the world, because the world has a lot of men to offer, and you need to do the work in searching for him, okay? So glad I got to catch up with you guys. I love to catch up. I love to chit chat with you guys, and I love to read your guys' comments. And I hope to keep this up. So, no, sorry, I'm gonna change that language, and I will keep this up. Okay, cool. Okay, see you. Okay, thank you. Love you. Bye.